Hi everyone, Jacob here. Today I'm going to be reviewing, talking about birds. I got this pack of playing cards. It's Backyard Birds, you can see it there. So I thought I'd just go through and talk about some of the birds, why I like them, why I don't like them. I'm interested to know what you think about them too, so put down in the comments what you think of the birds, which ones your favorite are. Vote for your favorite bird. I might do a giveaway later. So let's start. I'm just going to start with the one on top. This one's kind of fun. This is the great horned owl. I like it because from kind of far away, it kind of looks like a cat. But it's got horns. It's a pretty good bird. The claws down here, they're good for grabbing mice, things like that they like to eat. The next bird is a fan favorite. It's the Calliope hummingbird. You can see here that it's usually about 8 centimeters long. People like these because they're fast, they're quick, they're cute. Well, they're not necessarily faster than other birds, but their wings are definitely faster. Up next is the painted bunting. I like this one because the colors it's got multiple colors. You got the nice red on the belly and on the back, sort of subtle, covered by the wings, and then you have the green back and the blue head, which sort of is a good combination of colors there. Really beautiful bird. The mountain bluebird is the next bird. And actually after that we also have the blue jay. Now sometimes people get the two confused, but as you can see there's a big difference between the bluebird and the blue jay. The bluebird is more simple, more of a classic bird look. Just sort of a pale blue, a little bit darker blue on the wings and the tail feathers, whereas the blue jay is definitely more regal, has the crested feathers on the back of the head, the dark blue with the black and white detailing on the wings and the black detailing on the tail feathers with the white belly. So definitely not the same bird, similar colors, but that's about where the comparisons end. And the blue jays are typically significantly bigger than the bluebirds as well. The California quail is a personal favorite of mine because I am from California and it is the state bird. But they're actually really cute. They don't really fly. They mostly run around on the ground. They have this little, I don't know what you call that thing on the top. And the babies are really cute. One time there's a quail and a mama quail and a bunch of babies stuck behind my screen door that I had to let loose. The American robin is a classic bird. You probably see a lot of these in the East Coast a lot, especially in the springtime. This one has a little worm in its mouth because they do like to get the worms. When you say the phrase, the early bird gets the worm, you usually think about the robin, and I do. The blue-gray gnatcatcher. You can see it's sort of a grayish blue. They eat small bugs, which is why it's called the gnatcatcher. And here you can see the scientific name of the birds too. Next is the dark-eyed junco. I don't really know much about this bird, but it is kind of cute. The American kestrel is kind of cool because it's a fairly large bird. It's kind of like a falcon. It definitely looks like one. To be honest, I don't know much about. I don't know if it is a falcon or not, but this scientific name is Falco sparverius. So that makes me think that it's in the falcon family. Hermit thrushes, I've heard, can be pretty horny. At least that's what I've heard. That's not a bird. I'm going to skip this one because I don't know what it is, but it's called the Bruix wren, which is an interesting name, got a long beak. The downy woodpecker is a type of woodpecker. You'd think that a woodpecker would have a long beak, but no, it's short and it's stunted because that's how it gets a lot of leverage and power in getting into the wood to get the different insects in the wood. You see this black not black, red dot on the back of its head. Woodpeckers, you know, when you think of woodpeckers, you think of Woody the Woodpecker, the cartoon, but they're actually real. The great blue heron. I'm not a big fan of herons and the like. I like smaller birds, but the great blue heron is still pretty regal and pretty impressive when you look at it, when you think about it. Pretty majestic. The blue-capped chickadee is a good bird. That's pretty cute. It's small yet sophisticated, as you can see. Makes me think of someone who is maybe young but older for their age. The California thrasher, even though it's from California, it's not necessarily one of my favorite birds. It's got the hooked beak like that, which I'm not really sure the purpose. Let me know what you think the purpose for the hooked beak is in the comments below. For the California thrasher, kind of a vicious name. This is the pleated woodpecker. This is more what you imagine when you see. Well, this is what Woody the Woodpecker looks like with the crested feathers on the back with the red and all that. The yellow-bellied sapsucker is a bird, but also a good insult, I guess, if you call someone that. Sort of speaks for itself. The common redpoll, little fat. I kind of like it. It makes me laugh because it looks like it has a little goatee. But I really like this red that sort of fades into the white on its belly. Although it's kind of has a brown back, kind of like a sparrow would, which is my favorite bird. The golden crowned kinglet, pretty basic bird. Cool orange crest on its head. The brown-headed cowbird. I'm not sure why it's called a cowbird, because it definitely doesn't look like one, but it definitely is orange-headed, so that part is at least easy to understand. You can see that there. The northern cardinals are actually found everywhere, but I know there's sports teams that are named after it, but very regal bird, kind of similar to a blue jay, but a lot different, and not just because it's red. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Barn swallows are kind of cute. I especially like the forked tail feathers down here. It's a pretty unique feature of this bird. The belted kingfisher is cool because it actually does eat fish. If you can see that there, that's actually a tiny fish in its beak, and so it actually swoops down. But it's not. I mean, it can be about a foot long, a little over a foot long. So it's big enough to catch fish for sure. I'm not sure why they decided to put this one on the Joker card. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was probably pretty random because a Bohemian waxwing, there's nothing really, there's not really a joke about it. As you can see, it's a very regal bird. You know, got some nice colors in there. Sort of cool pattern on the wings with this crest. You know, a lot of birds have this crest on the back, and I'd be interested to find out why that is. The pine siskin is interesting. I kind of don't like how its face is so small, but other than that, it's pretty good. Tree swallows are cool because they have this beautiful green on the back. Kind of reminds me of a mallard duck, but obviously it's a tiny little bird. And I love this pattern in the tail here and the way it curves in and out. This is one of my favorite birds, the American tree sparrow. A lot of people think that the sparrows are ordinary and don't really do much, but I think that they're actually very beautiful and can teach us a lot about ourselves. When you think about how sometimes we feel ordinary, but we're still able to sing beautifully sometimes and provide music and upliftment to people. Like I was saying, a song sparrow. You may think this is a fat bird, but that's not true. It's because it's able to fill its lungs so that it can sing out. And so no matter how ordinary you look or how normal you think you are, you still have something to offer, like the song sparrow does. And I think it's interesting about sparrows, how they still go unnoticed, but they still, contribute. Scrub jays can be kind of a bit of a jerk sometimes to other birds. Kind of looks like a blue jay, but it's not what's called a scrub jay. It doesn't have the crested feathers on the back of the head, but it is have the blue wings, similar color pattern to a blue jay, but not a blue jay. I think that's going to be about it for now. I've done about half the deck. I'll do half another day in another video, but please make sure to like and to subscribe to the channel. I'll go over the rest of these birds next time. Until then, leave a comment. Tell me which one was your favorite of the ones that we went over. Tell me why. And see you next time.